The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for
Okay, we got all the tail feathers glued in. We're ready to start putting the linkage in this thing now. So let me see. Alright, we got 3 of them here. That's a throttle. We'll put that over here. We'll need 3 control horns. Get them out of here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 backs. Alright, got that done. Now, we'll need some screws. Get tweezers out of here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Okay. Should be all of them. Alright. Clevises. Get them out while I'm at it. Okay. Everything out for the tail feathers. Now, first thing we'll do, get my Loctite out here. We'll put the clevises on here with Loctite. We're going to go ahead and crank these down because we're going to make our fine adjustments at the other end with a quick connect. So I'm going to go ahead and lock these all the way down. I'm going to screw them in. I like to screw them in until my threads are sticking in there about 1/8 of an inch. I need a paper towel. I got too much stuff. Alright. You can just take a couple of pair of pliers, just one to hold it, one to take the nut and tighten it down. Okay, there's one. Do another one. Okay. Paper towel, take that. Alright, get a hold of that right there. Tighten that one down. One more. I'm hoping to get this thing finished and maybe do the maiden flight Saturday. We're supposed to fly this coming Saturday. Excuse me. I don't know, I'll just have to see how far I get. I got a little bit of tinkering left to do on bills. Alright. Alright, got all 3 of those ready now. Put the Loctite up. And, okay. We will thread one of them through there. I've already got the little holes cut out for the rods to go through the covering. Cool. Alright. Now we'll take a clevis. Oops, one thing I forgot to do. And let me get a piece down here. Okay. I'm a little scissor. I want to put some little safeties on here so that they don't pop loose in flight. I always put them down from this end and just slide them up over the nut. Leave them right there for now. Okay. Slide that one up. Alright, now we'll go ahead and clip our clevises, and we can go ahead and put that up on there because we're going to, like I say, make our fine adjustment from the other end. So let me go ahead and put all these on here so I don't lose track of them. Okay, one more. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go back and put that up in here. I'm going to have to plug one of my little irons back in. I've got a piece of my trim. Apparently I didn't get sealed down really well a while ago. The corner of it's coming loose, so I'm going to plug that in and let it heat up. Okay. Now, you want this at a 90 degree where it's coming out. You also want this line of your holes, you want that dead center over the seam of this crack right here so it doesn't bind. So we're going to get them lined up. I'm going to get my drill out. This I need a bigger one. Here we go. Okay. One thing I'll do to put a clamp on here to hold that in place so it doesn't keep moving on me. That holds your elevator solid. Now I can get this lined up better and tell right where it needs to go. Like I said, I want that whole pivot mark right in the middle of that line right there, so I have to get that just right. Okay. Let's drill the first one. Alright. We're going to start this one so we don't lose it. Let me get my little electric drill over here. Try to get it lined up. Okay, now I want to turn it and make sure it's 90 degree with the rod, and then we'll drill our other hole. And I'm going to have to use an extension on this one because it's going to hit the tail section. Okay, let's get it centered up straight. Alright, now if I can get this in there without dropping it, and get my screwdriver in it. There we go. Alright, now got our screws coming out the top side here, and we'll put our little cap on it. I will start one side and then do the other, just a little at a time. Okay. Alright, now we've got some sharp points sticking out here, but after we're done I'll take my Dremel and cut them off so they're not sharp anymore. I don't want them sticking up there and hang on stuff. Alright, there's that side. Now we'll turn it over. Do the other side. There's two holes on this side, one for the other elevator half, and then the one down lower is for the rudder. So, alright, let's get that lined up. 90 degree. Get my center line over that deal. Well, that was just real cute. I just stuck my drill bit right through the side of my plane there. Gosh dang it. I'm going to put a patch on that already. That was brilliant. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I picked it up with this big old extension on it and swung it right into the side of the plane. I'm going to have to. Oh, let me see if I can. I might be able to get to that one. Okay. This screw in here. Okay. Now, put that at a 90 degree. Alright, let's get another screw in here. Another cap on the back side. Get the holes lined up. Start one side and then the other. Just keep going back and forth so you don't torque one side down. Get it in the bind. Alright, all the way through. Okay. Got those hooked up on this end. Now we'll do the rudder. Oh, I cannot believe I poked a big hole in the side of that. I've already got my decals on here, so I'm going to have to be real careful when I iron that patch down so I don't melt those. I've got a little piece of yellow over here. Doggone it. I sure wasn't paying attention when I did that. Let me see here what we can do. I don't need one near that big, so cut it off. Well, cut it too short, though. Alright, here. Cut another one. There we go. Alright, use my little iron there and I stayed away from it, so got it patched. Brand new plane already got patches on it. How about that? Alright, now let's do the rudder and I'll see if I can manage to keep from poking the doggone drill bit through it again. Okay. Put a clamp up here. And we'll make sure our line is, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to cut this off because it's gonna hit the side of the frame. So I'm gonna take a pair of cutters. Cut that down. I'm gonna take my razor knife, shape it. Alright, let's go back. There we go. That way when it folds in it won't bind. Alright. Drill a hole in this. Screw in this. Ouch. Poke the screw through on the other side and about got myself. Alright, we want to make sure this is 90 degree. Drill our other hole. Our other screw in it. Go over with my thumb. Alright, another cap on the other side. Back this now, I got a little bit crooked. Right now. There it comes. Take her down, buddy. Alright, got them good and tight. Now, let's take that off. Tell you what, I'm still going to have to trim that horn. It's hitting the side of the tail end of the fuselage right here if I cut it, if I give it quite a bit of rudder. So, I'm going to have to take a razor knife. See if I can very carefully trim some more out of that. Still got a little piece right there to get. Alright, now I can get a good throw on it without it hitting and binding. So, alright, we're good. You can kind of see what I had to do there. I had to trim a little V shape out of that so it would fit around the fuselage. Sometimes on these models there's a little bit of modification to do just here and there. Little things like that you got to pay attention to. If you don't, if I hadn't noticed that, then I would have put a good throw on that, and when I bent it over there it would have hit the side and cracked that and tore the covering and cracked that fuselage. So get these corners, these little tips that aren't wanting to stay real good. These are probably the same way. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Okay. Alright. Now, let that cool off. Now we can go to the inside and start putting the servos in this thing. Let's see. I gotta find, I'll be back in a minute. I've got to find my other cutters. Okay, elevator halves are on two separate rods, but they'll come in. They come into the inside on this, and we'll put these off. But them two will connect with this little connector right here. Your two rods coming in from the elevator halves will go through these two outside holes, and then you'll have a little single piece, a couple inches long, sticking out on the other end. That hooks to your servo. So, to get those centered, first thing we're going to do is put a clamp on these elevator halves so they stay centered for us. And then we can go in here. Let me find my Allen wrench to fit this. There it is. I'm just going to take those completely out right now because we have to put Loctite on them anyway. So I'm going to take them out and lay them right here, see if I can manage not to lose them. Actually, I guess I can go ahead and start the Loctite. Get them started, that way when I slide them, almost went way too much. Alright, start that one. Use what I spilled on the table there. Now, we're going to take and thread this on these two rods that are coming in. Alright, we'll scoot that back to about right there. You want to be sure and clear these plastic tubes back here so it don't hit those, but you want to clear your servo horn too. So we're gonna scoot it back to about right there. Then I'm gonna take, I've already got Loctite on it. I'm gonna take my Allen wrench, tighten those down. I'm just gonna snug it. Then I'm going to get a hold of it with a pair of pliers back here, and really, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to get a different Allen wrench. This one's not, it's about stripped. Let me find one here to fit this. I believe that is, I would think that would be metric. Let me get in here and see what I can find. That's too big. There we go. Bet that's it. Yep. It is a metric. Alright, clamp down that again. Really cinch that down. We don't want those moving. Okay. Alright, now we can cut those off. Get this down here a little bit farther. We can cut those right there even with it. Hold on to the other end. And you cut it. So it don't fly out there and hit something. Okay. Now, let's take the center one out. Just put it on this. Put some Loctite on that. Doggone it. Dropped it. Well. Turn this sideways or I can get it started. Okay, now we'll take a piece of this that we cut off. We're going to run it into that center hole. And just through there a little ways. Don't have to be very far. And we'll tighten that down. There again, I'll get a hold of it with my pliers. Okay, now we know our servo horn is going to be right up in here, so we can go ahead and cut this off a little ways up here and get it out of our way, and then we'll trim it some more later. Okay, I got those out of the way. Alright, now our rudder, it's going to be too long, so let's go ahead and cut it off. Get those out of the way. Okay. Alright. Let me get these Allen wrenches put up and I'll be right back. Okay. We got our servos installed. We put the screws in, drilled the holes, put screws in the wood, took them back out, put super glue in the holes, light CA, let them reharden the threads, put them back. Then what I did, I've already done the elevator. I had clamps on the elevator. I slid the servo arm up over that rod and centered it as close as I could with the splines, which that's what we're going to do with this one on the rudder. Then I went into my radio and I went to sub trim, and we'll go to rudder, highlight that, and we're going to sub trim that to where it's 90 degree. I've already reversed it. I had to reverse the rudder and the throttle. The elevator was okay. Let me see if I can get this screw in here before I lose it. Let me get this other one in the throttle while I'm at it. Now the throttle linkage is not, we're not hooking up right now because I don't have the engine mounted. But now I've got a clamp on the rudder to hold it centered. Got my rod through my easy connect, quick connect, whatever you call them. We're going to screw that down. Let me get a hold of some needle nose. Okay, let me get a hold of that little quick connect so we don't torque it. Cinch that dude down really good. Okay, we're done with the Loctite for now. Now let me find my cutters here again. Okay, I'll cut that off. Get a hold of it with the needle nose so it don't fly out of here and hit me in the face. Okay, now let's take the clamp off. Right, left, we got rudder. Awesome. Elevator, okay. Now, at this point that I know which direction these are going to go, I'm going to run a Y harness off of the elevator halves to the head in my canopy, and a Y harness off the rudder to the tail, so I can wiggle his head right to left or wag his tail with two separate switches. I can use the rudder for his tail, ailerons, I'll do ailerons for his head. But I needed to get these in place and know which way my other servos were going to pull when I plugged them into the Y harness, so I know which direction to mount the servo horns when I do it on the bottom of the canopy. But we'll go ahead and do a little bit more work in here, and then I'll do a whole nother section just on the canopy after we get done with this. Alright, I think next I'm going to put the landing gear on, and then we'll do, all we got left in is the engine and the canopy. So I don't know which one of them I'll do next, but we'll do the landing gear here in just a second. Okay, we got the main landing gear mounted. I have to repaint this piece right here. I scraped some of it off, but anyway, got that on there. We'll do the tail wheel, and then we'll quit for this section. I've already drilled my holes in here. I've already super glued with thin CA. Now we'll put these little clips on this wire. Slide them up. Oh, they're kind of tough to get on there sometimes. Okay. Now, see if I can get this one started. Alright, now, the second one started. Come on, don't strip on me. Done it. I'm gonna get in here with a little flathead and tighten it on down. It's starting to strip on me a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, got them down tight. Now we take a little drill and have to drill holes. So let me tip this up here. Drill a hole through this. And start a screw through that. Alright, now I'll drill through this one. One more screw. Okay, now twist that just a little bit, straighten it out. Okay, we have tail wheel. Alrighty. Alright, we've got the landing gear on except for the wheels. I'm going to wait because I'm going to repaint this one piece. I scratched it a little bit. I'm going to pull it back on and paint it again. Have another coat. This will be the end of this section, and then all we like is mounting the engine, cutting the cowl. That'll probably be one whole section, and then I got to do the canopy, and I'll probably do the canopy last. I know some of you are really interested to see how that's going to work, because I'm gonna tie it in to where my head turns with the ailerons, and the little tail is going to wiggle with the rudder, so I can wag the tail or turn the head or both at the same time. So I'll do a whole section on that, but it'll probably be the last thing I do. So I'm hoping maybe I can get this thing finished up tomorrow, and hopefully do the maiden flight Saturday. I don't know, we'll just have to see how tomorrow goes. Alright, take care.